Well, head outside here and do some checking on some stuff. But it's been kind of cold up here lately. In Canada, we're pretty used to this. Talking with some relatives in Holland, and he says when they get to a -10, they start talking about a horror winter. And we just did a poem about one of those, so we can get them here too. It gets pretty nasty. -10 is pretty balmy up here. That's a tropical heat wave here. But now and then the weather gets pretty ugly, and we do what we can for our animals. Not everything gets to live in a barn, and if they've been outside, they're accustomed to that. It's a different kind of lifestyle up here. But they get used to it, and you do your best for them. Make sure they've got the bedding and the feed, all the calories, some place to stand out of the wind, maybe soak up some sun here and there. And, they generally do pretty good once they've got used to it. Our animals up here are acclimatized for that. So we just finished Valentine's Day, and that's kind of when this poem got written. I was working in a feedlot, and in the house they provided, I'd sit there and have supper, and when it got windy down there, I'd watch those windows kind of flex in and out. And this particular storm, I called it Valentine's Blizzard. It was kind of an ugly little wind, and you'll hear how it kind of goes here. Well, the wind that whistles round outside and those windows, they're shaking. You'd think those walls are caving in from the noises they're making. Outside, my ponies run around and they can't find a decent windbreak. Now and then they'll hump their backs and see how much wind they can take. Tails are blowing up between their legs and the manes are flying wild. This February blizzard here is anything but mild. Inside, my stove's burning bright and the coffee's on to simmer. I sit here and read a book. It's about an hour since I've had dinner. It's a good night to stay inside where that blizzard can't get in. But I think a lot of my ponies out there with their butts turned to the wind.